Am I
That's
still Mr. Roboto?
no, that is so much better. You sound like Fred.
Alright, sounds good. Don't know why it does that. Congratulations, Alex. You get to play with the worst team in your conference.
I know, I'm so excited that just can't hide it. Meaning, it'll probably be a trap game. Oh, yeah, Fred. I went to Ricky about it. I'm like, hey, I had one of my friends reach out to me who's in pick. They said some stuff was going down in Stowe, and then they're like, she was like, oh, I'm like, I'm guessing that's the reason why Stowe wasn't in our meeting, but I guess people were upset with what they were stowing and what they were told to stow, and they were just flipping carts over. She just kind of said, "Yep." It's like, oh, oh.
So was that a confirmation? That's all I heard. That's what I heard. I don't know how true it is, but
You're not the only person to say something to me. Caleb, who problem solves and used to drive but doesn't drive anymore, who looks like Caleb.
yeah, I remember him.
He's like, bro, Stowe was like rioting today.
Okay, so that's not. I'm not the only person that said
No.
that. I don't sound like a crazy person.
He's told me like, wow, the laziest workers are entitled to be lazy. Who would have thunk it?
There's someone on the VOA board who said that they got mad at stowers because they stuffed an aisle with like 5 carts and were just sitting there watching movies on their phones the entire
Yeah.
time so that no one could get in there.
Yep. I think at this point they're letting the Stowe AM continuously just mess up so they can just fire her at this point because
How many times does she need to mess up before they fire her?
I think they just need absolute reasonable cause where there's no like nothing will come back on Amazon.
So they're not doing their job?
Yeah, because I asked them like, how many times do you have to mess up? And they're like, oh, they're like, it's gotta crash and burn. I'm like, well, it's definitely crash. Is it burning? They're like, about.
I mean, I would classify people getting mad at what they're stowing and literally flipping carts over as crashing and burning.
Yeah. I think it's about to come full steam soon. Because Ricky yesterday, I was even asking like, how does someone that just doesn't have like, I feel like they just don't get it. Like, how are you an AM and you just don't get it? Like, just the basics. And then Ricky's like, you're right. And then later on she's like, listen, just trust me. Just trust the process. Just trust. I'm like, alright, I trust you. I think there's a long game being played here. Amazon's really good at the long game. I will say that.
A little.
Sometimes too long, but
Yeah, way too long.
if it's a 600-yard drive, they get the 600 yards. Now they just bogey after they just bogey after bogey on that.
They get the
after
600 yards, but they gain 4 yards every play.
Yeah.
I was gonna say it was kind of like when we
Or they
played Penn
just
State. They
absolutely
went
miss
all
the
the way
cuts.
they went all the way to the goal line and we stopped them. They tried like 4 different times.
Oh my god, my wide receiver is disgusting.
Or do you play
Holy
NC
shit.
State by any chance?
No, I don't play them this week.
I was gonna say if you went out and they do, you'll be playing NC State.
I don't play Florida State either.
Here comes the offense on first down.
My last games are Syracuse, Duke, Virginia Tech, and Kentucky.
So as long as you went out, you should be fine.
Yeah.
Defense closed down quickly.
Man, number one did not like the fact that I bullied his teammate, because boy did he blow me up afterwards.
Damn. Oh my god.
He took that personally.
Across the 45.
Bro,
Running toward the tape. The 20.
come on.
And he eluded the defense, and he'll...
Okay.
The guy who told me that, we were both in singles and we happened to be in the same area. I've talked to him a couple times before. He seems pretty cool. I don't know his name at all, because I don't know fucking anybody's name. But he basically came up to me and was like, I'm totally with you, because after I read your, he read my VOA post about the time not being coded last week. And he that's when he told me that story, and he was like, dude, I totally understand with you what you were saying. I thought that reply he gave you was bullshit and all that, so.
Yeah.
It also has 8 upvotes.
Yeah. And Corbin missed the mark so bad that the fire department got called for safety. Complaints were put in, and also the health department got called.
Someone linked OSHA in the VOA board.
Yeah.
God. They sure up at halftime.
Oh, Ellie's homered twice tonight?
Are they winning?
I would hope so, but it's the Reds, so...
Yeah, no, it's all like a...
They're up 3-2.
So Ellie scored all the runs, got it.
One of the things that makes this guy so dangerous is how good he is after the catch. If he's got any space around him, he's able to burst. He's able to make people miss and get extra yards for his offense. You saw it right there.
Make the stop at the 40, but it's a 10-yard gain and a fresh set of downs.
That has got to be demoralizing if you're on defense.
Holy shit, one of them went 451 feet.
Damn. Fred, do you see they added the torpedo bat, or whatever they're called, the torpedo bats or whatever, into the game?
Yeah.
Dude, we're gonna be fucking just absolutely hitting piss missiles from now on.
Another chance to maybe continue to run the football. And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his...
Have you guys seen the theory that the Indiana Pacers are, like, surviving, legends of, like, Indiana sports and stuff in order to win more playoff games to try to win a championship?
They're doing what?
There was one guy who died before their first round of games against...
Oh,
I forget who else they played. And then the last round that they played was when Jim Irsay died.
Oh.
And then they're trying to win the series against the Knicks. And they just announced the other day that Caitlin Clark's going to miss a few weeks because of a quad strain. So now they're like, damn, they sacrificed Caitlin Clark. They're really going for it all here.
The defense have to account for him every single play.
And he gets a big chunk of yardage to the 34-yard line. When your best is demanded on a big stage like this against a rival, he has delivered, cracking the 150-yard mark.
No doubt about it. What do we say? Big-time players make big plays in big games. The games don't get bigger than this.
Bruh. I mean, to be fair, I threw it to where the defender's back was at. At least hit your hands, man. Just catch the ball. Just catch it.
It's asking a lot.
Off the RPO complete. He's
This
here
is
to
true.
make the stop, but not before he sets up this offense first and goal.
Where'd Brian go? Oh, he's talking to his mom. That's right. Never mind.
You don't have to throw post routes to get great stats. No, I can just throw it quickly to one of the fastest players.
Up and over. Nope. No. Oh, I did get in. Bro. this dude. I'd be so salty if I was this dude that tried to tackle my running back. I'd be so fucking pissed that you hit him that hard, and I just carried in. He suplexed me into the end zone. Compliments of Captain Encino.
Captain Insano sends his regards.
Captain Encino showed you no mercy.
It sure was, and that's why this offense is so dangerous, David, because they can score.
This is the least elusive wide receiver I've ever have. He only has 88 speed. Wait till you see the juke.
I just saw it.
Coming into the game, you look at the stats and you say,
He is just my, hey, do the little RPO bubble, because that's all you're good for. Wide receiver.
Offense getting set for first down. From the shotgun, the inside give.
Oh, God.
Pick up on the ground, and they'll mark him down at the
Oh, God.
Miss Missouri.
It's the MO of this offense. They really put a lot on the offensive line to go out and
I
really
don't like
try
Missouri
to
for a reason.
their dominance and their
I
assertiveness,
live
and they've done a
in
good job of that
misery.
in this game, running the football.
It's complete to the right. Touchdown, Golden Gophers! Minnesota has it back, and the Gopher offense is headed onto the field. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
and it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they wanted to do, build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
On second down, just keeps firing. He caught it.
Oh, I hit him with the hezzy, Fred. Oh, shit.
Is on.
Oh, shit.
Now they've got a little breathing room. They are in firm control of this game, guys. But
Oh, my God. Damn.
Because it only takes one play.
I didn't have to do him that dirty, but God, I didn't need to do it, but I did it.
So this game's still far from over.
I made him run past me, then walk into the end zone. Oh. Iowa. Did you just see it?
Yeah.
The Minnesota offense is headed back onto the field.
I was like, alright,
Wide
just,
receiver coming across in motion.
oh my gosh.
On the jet motion. They pick
Oh
up
my
half
goodness.
of it. It'll be
I,
second.
I wasn't trying to do that. I just did it, okay?
Trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball
Alright.
on the outside, David, it puts the defense.
I've embarrassed Iowa enough. We're just gonna end this now.
Rotating when you
Like,
see
I was gonna
that
say,
motion,
bro,
so everybody's gotta
this is the worst team in the Big Ten. I don't think you need to be doing all that.
It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of his
I made my statement. That's all there is.
Yards on the ground so
It's not really
far. He
a
looks to
statement.
be well on his way to a 1,500
And you're the best team
yard
in the top 10, you're top 4 team in the country. Going against
is
one
like-
of the worst teams.
This is like if Georgia played fucking Kennesaw State and was like, we're making a statement by beating them 52-0.
Oh, it's 49-7. Thank you very much.
Or when Alabama plays fucking an FCS school like in week 10.
It becomes so hard to defend.
We're making a statement.
Run the football successfully on first down. You're starting like that now. What opens up play?
Oh, Fred, I got a good one for you today from Pick.
Offense, if they can create that
Oh
run,
boy.
physicality, now it opens up.
Oh,
They'll give it to the back.
so they messaged the racking problem solve chat,
Minnesota is really
racking problem solve, and they're like, most of they gave a location and said that most of the items on this pallet is damaged. Can someone look at this, please? And then Ryan, it was like 4 minutes went by, and Ryan says, "Can someone please look at this pallet? It has 17 customer shipments." Nibendro, who's filling in for God, who's not here? I don't remember her name all of a sudden. What the hell? Why can I not think of her name? Who's the PA that's not Casey? Linda, there it is.
I haven't seen Linda there for a few days, so.
She's on vacation. So Nabendra's filling in. He said, let's pull the pallets and station it by the nest. We can have drivers come in to pick. Also, we can damage out the bad ones. I have asked the driver to pull the pallet. Now, he's a Tier 3 associate, so he's a PA. Yeah. Ryan says, why are we doing this? Nabendra said, copy, we won't pull it then. And then he messaged the thing, P1 645 got pulled as a sitting in oxen crowd, really needs looked into. And then ICQA said, did you move all the stuff from pallet to the tote? Casey said, no, we just physically moved it. And then ICQA says, well, it needs to be moved, that's moved to tote, and the pickers will just have to miss out the customer shipments unless you pick the good ones and leave the bad ones at the location. Casey says, well, we don't have the perms to do this. And then ICQA said, fine, we'll just make it 0. I said, hey, if Pick can pull the pallets, that would be great today. I only have one driver that is on reach, and I desperately need them stowing at all times. Ryan sends me a message of the standard operating procedure. Ricky, my OM, gets on there and says, at Ryan, we will do the best that we can to get this pallet, but if the pallets are being moved out of racking, they should have been moved to a tote. At Izzy, can you look into maybe showing 1 or 2 people in Pick how to do this process if they're going to remove pallets and not follow standard procedure?
Well, damn.
And then Izzy said, outbound should not have moved the pallets, and on rare occasions, they do have outbound PAs that should move the items into totes. If they're unable to, they need to reach out to ICQA so we can coordinate with getting a ICQA person on reach. And then Ricky said, that works, thanks Izzy, we'll reach out to Pick and get someone trained so they can problem solve. Pick, shut up. Ricky told me in person, a Tier 1 associate should not be telling any Tier 3s, either you or Nabendro, how to do your job. And then she went on and said, and right there is why Ryan's not a PA right now. I was like, damn, Ricky don't put up with shit. Made me laugh.
Minnesota has it back in the Gopher offense.
Boy, I tell you what, though, when I used to do a problem solve over at CMH1, I had to tell ops managers how processes worked in problem solve. Because management doesn't know fucking shit about problem solve.
Ain't that the truth?
I basically had to run that whole section at CMH1 and AFE1, and a little bit of AFE2 at some points. I basically was the understudy to our problem solve PA because she liked me. She knew I could do my job well, and I called out other people's bullshit when they did something stupid. Especially fucking day shift. Holy shit.
But it was funny because I asked Ricky, I'm like, hey, can I send something to this? I'm like, they had a PA that said to pull it on their end, and now a Tier 1 associate, I'm like, well, he just told him not to do it and told us to do it. I'm like, can I say something like along the lines of like, I don't have a driver available to do it, but can you guys pull it for us? Basically, I baited him to say something stupid, and he went well above and beyond saying something stupid and tried to coach me on standard ops. It's like, damn, bro, I was just, trying to prove a point. You just really proved my point.
I ran problem solve so well at CMH1 that my ops manager gave me permissions that I wasn't supposed to have.
That's nice.
It bothered the shit out of inbound, but you know. I basically had the power to flip inventory if items weren't getting down to us fast enough so that the order was partial and we wouldn't have to ship it.
Nice.
And then inbound ops managers got mad at me, and I was like, well then, you know what? Maybe you should stow things properly.
I bet one of them was Ricky.
I don't know who it was.
She might not have been inbound ops manager. She might have been inbound AM.
This guy's been
But that's
special
funny.
today. Coming into this one, they thought they had an opportunity really to get him
Okay,
going,
I just
running
found
the
a
football, and he
one
has
posted.
delivered.
It says
You've seen the speed, the
CBS
vision,
Sports
his
names the
ability to break
NFL's
tackles,
best picks in the
well over
first round in the
100
last
rushing yards
5
in this game, and
years.
that's why they have a nice lead here.
Can you guess who they are?
Little touch pass to the receiver.
Jamar Chase.
He's one of them.
Brought down after a nice gain.
Panay Sewell.
No. You got one defensive player, and then the rest are offense.
Right behind the offensive
Micah
line.
Parsons.
Because of the
Nope.
timing, he was able to
That might not have been 5 years.
that puts him out in
I think
space.
it might have been 6.
Nice job with the pre-snap motion and timing.
They're pretty young. These are actually
Rose up. Defense
Pat Surtain. That also might have been.
now a second and long coming. He'll run it up the middle, trying to pick his way to the end zone.
I will say they did really well,
No matter how much
and most of them,
college football
3 of them made it to the
changes,
playoffs. Their
Who's
teams
so
did.
big?
kind of stuff. Rivalry.
Holy shit! I got
Oh,
in on my
Knicks?
game with Brian
No.
Well, that's just the best.
before he got back on the phone.
So you take the field against your rival. You're able
But I think you're forgetting one person. I think he was like at the 5-year mark.
That is worth its weight in gold, David. Unbelievable.
Burrow?
effort.
Yeah.
Okay, how can you rate that as a good pick? It was the number 1 overall pick.
Yeah.
You couldn't have fucked that up if you tried.
I know. Alright, that's. You got 2 more offensive players and 1 more defensive player.
Chest is poked out. We got to look on to the next game. Focus in on this next one.
So that's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese
You
Davis.
could
saying
you could
so
argue
long.
that they
This has
could have probably built around these
presentation of EA Sports.
players.
Kyle Hamilton?
No. Two NFC, one of them's AFC. The AFC is one of the NFC, one of the player. So you got 1 offensive player for the AFC, and the other 2 are NFC players. 1 defense and 1 offense. Two of them are really young. One of them's about is
Alright,
3.
advanced.
No. You're close on the same position, like same area of the field.
Boston College took a recruit from me, huh? Fred, Boston College took a 4-star from me.
Well, damn.
Might have gotten late on that recruit, but kind of crazy though. Man, I got locked out. God damn it! I really wanted this linebacker. I'll keep him on there just in case. Though.
Just commit to me, dude. Damn.
I got locked on that guy too. Well, shit. How did I get locked on? What the fuck, Richard? I fucking fuck.
Technically, I think all 3 of them made the playoffs. I know 2 of them did for sure.
Oh, motherfucker.
The 2 NFC players, their teams made the playoffs.
Washington just got nowhere with this recruit.
It's not the Cardinals.
No. You could.
Jared Verse?
Nope.
I should start popping this guy. Let's put one back. 1, 2, 3. Start pumping 1, 2.
Aiden Hutchinson?
Yes. I was gonna say, technically his team made the playoffs, but he didn't. I don't think he
Yeah.
played. I don't want to say that. The other
So,
ones,
so it's offensive players, 1 AFC, 1 NFC?
yeah. And I know one of them made the playoffs. The NFC player made the playoffs. Don't know. What's the other team?
We want 4 stars left. Is the big question. 4 stars.
They did make the playoffs, the AFC team.
Right tackle, which I don't want to get, but I can probably get him. Blocking tight end. Don't need. Take the right tackle. Athletes left. There's 1 athlete left. I'll offer him 2.
Rookie. Or a young player. Playoffs last year in the AFC and NFC.
They were. I know one of them was a wild. Yeah, one of the AFC team was a wild card.
Wild card teams last year was the Broncos, did the Dolphins make it last year? I don't think they did. Chargers were. So Lad McConkey?
Nope.
Joe Alt?
Nope.
I'm back.
Welcome back, Brian. We missed you.
Is
Thanks,
it someone
man.
on the Chargers?
No.
Okay. Who's the third wild card team? That was
You're forgetting one
Pittsburgh, wasn't it? Who's the was
I'll
it
put it this.
someone on Pittsburgh?
No. Hold on.
Those were the three wild card teams last year. Was
Is this team were in
Broncos,
the playoffs during the
Chargers, and
2023-24 season?
C.J. Stroud?
Yes.
Okay, they were not a wild card
Okay.
team. They
I
won
was
that
thinking,
division.
wait a minute, they won their division.
The division just sucked last
Yeah.
year.
Okay, so the other team, the other player slash team, you could argue he was. They should have made it to the. They could have they had a shot to make the Super Bowl. To be honest.
So NFC
Yeah,
offensive
Lions.
player Jaden Daniels.
Jaden Daniels.
Yeah.
Well, the problem with them not making it is just more of the fact that the Eagles roster is absurdly good,
Yeah.
and they did not have a defensive line that was capable of getting.
I mean, they
anywhere
could have
close.
possibly made the Super Bowl 2 years ago, but Dan Campbell's a little bit too aggressive for his own good. When they lost to the
Redskins?
49ers. No, the Lions.
I was talking about the Redskins.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Jaden Daniels.
Oh.
Yeah.
I was thinking, for some reason I was thinking like Jamal Williams, I have no idea why.
Washington was a good team last year. They just were not strong enough on offensive or defensive
No,
line.
They still made it
Can't
pretty
say
far.
They overperformed.
I will say they have a bright future though. I'm glad to
I was
see that they're
surprised
finally
how-
good.
Yeah. I was surprised how well they did, literally having a new quarterback, a rookie, and a new coach, Dan Campbell, who was part of the choke artists, in Atlanta.
I think this might be one of the best staff that he's put together since the year that the Falcons made the Super Bowl and they had Kyle Shanahan as an offensive coordinator. Oh, yeah, I forgot the playoff brackets out.
Yep.
I mean, I'll say this, Cliff Kingsbury is a good OC. Not a good head coach, but a good OC.
Yep,
If you
exactly
are
what
not
I mean.
project-
I think that's where Cliff Kingsbury belongs. How the fuck is Cincinnati the number 1 seed? Why do I have to play Miami again?
I don't know if anyone's watching my stream,
No.
but
I have
how
it
does the nose tackle sack me?
He's
bad
stronger.
interior offensive line play.
Oh my God.
Tell me, what the hell is the center and the right guard doing?
Their best.
Especially the right guard. He just kind of stood up, took one step back, and looked at him.
He's like, huh. All right.
He looked at him and was like, damn, that's crazy. Someone should block that guy.
So apparently, I was looking at the word watch list. LSU's defensive backs are all best defensive backs right now.
Arizona State just beat Wisconsin.
Austin, what's your record?
I am 6-2.
Oh, there you are. Okay. You're projected the Frisco Bowl against James Madison. Alright. Time to play Syracuse. Ryan, I was talking to Alex earlier. This was right around when Austin got on.
Yeah.
There were multiple people that told us today that there were stowers up on the second floor today that got so mad about having to stow really big items that they were like tipping over entire carts and throwing a fit about it.
Yeah, they started a riot.
Oh my gosh, guys. You could have way worse at UPS. What a bunch of little bitches.
Yeah.
They decided that they wanted to riot.
Oh yeah,
With
that
how
guy that I was
expendable
talking
that...
to.
What
What were
was
you
that?
saying,
The guy that I was talking to that said that that was going on also said that the reason why Pick keeps running out of batteries for their scanners is because people just don't bring them back; they just throw them away.
Oh my god, I believe that. Fucking idiots.
Why don't they fire these people? Like,
Because
it's...
Literally, all you have to do is bring it back and put it on the charger.
yeah, it's not hard.
Why don't they fire them, Alex?
Because Amazon needs bodies.
Well, yeah, there always will be people that will apply to Amazon. It's one of the best starter jobs a person could have when you're 18 or older.
Yeah, well,
They don't have a lack of people applying.
here's the problem. Entitled little shits don't want to work, and then they get entitled when they do work, and then they don't want to do the work because it's too big. Facts. Is this a full game or no?
No.
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 Just as long remember if I'm all my full games are home for me and I'm away at the moment, so
Next full games are week 12 and
13.
13.
Yeah.
Oh, and other news, did you guys see apparently what got lost in transit?
No.
The Annabelle doll.
Oh, I did see
Oh my
that.
gosh.
Because apparently it was going on tour or whatever, and then someone lost it. I was like, how some people are like on TikTok going, first off, why the fuck is she going on tour? Does she have a new album out? The death metal album.
Yeah, I was... Golly. I have... Most of the high school students I teach are more responsible than that. And they're not actual adults yet.
There was also someone
God,
on the
dude.
VOA board who complained about stowers who parked like 5 carts down one aisle. And if you know the size of the aisle, you know that that is an insane amount of space you're taking up. And they were complaining because like no one could get down that aisle to actually do their job because they had all those carts parked there and they weren't even stowing anything. They were just watching movies on their phone.
That seems like a fireable offense. If I did that at Amazon, I would be written up instantly.
There's a lot of things that I do on a regular basis that are fireable offense, but I just know I don't. I just know I can get away with it because no one actually does anything at that place. So
Did
I was
people
4
at least do
minutes late
stuff
coming
at...
back from second break today. They didn't give a shit.
Did it seem like they actually did more stuff and held you accountable a little bit more at CMH1, or is that just Amazon in general?
I would say it's worse at CMH7 than it was at CMH1, but it is still a problem regardless of what building I've been at. Especially when you have a GM of the building telling me that it's rude to hold people accountable.
Yeah.
To the 48-yard line. That would be good enough.
Austin, I have a
That's probably why I was let go of my current job, because I was just rude.
Which one am I watching?
Yeah.
The offensive lineman?
Yeah, the offensive line, number 64 right here.
Mm-hmm.
So he goes to block this guy. My running back has the ball. He goes, oh, look at this guy. Nope. He said, fuck you.
Oh, god damn. That man had a family.
It was almost as bad as that blindside block that, what was it, Wisconsin, Nebraska, a couple years ago? On a punt return or whatever.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This is a hostile environment, and you know you're going to be getting the opponent's A game for this one. They've circled this one all off season, so they're going to...
I'm turning this quarterback into college Tim Tebow.
thing about
Just he's a righty.
You want to shut this crowd up early. You don't want to give them belief, because if it starts to build throughout the game, look out.
Fires to the wideout.
Speaking of TTO, we got a college football 26 reveal trailer coming out Thursday.
Catch, and he had an opportunity right in the middle.
Yeah, they were. I saw a TikTok of people like wondering, trying to figure out what their overalls are going to be. Jeremiah
Yeah, there's a
Smith,
bunch of
96.
YouTubers. There's a bunch of YouTubers that released videos today because that got to go to the shoot where they did the photo shoot for the cover. Bengal did one, and he got to interview people like Jeremiah Smith and Brian Williams and Jeremiah Love, and he even talked to some coaches too.
I feel like Jeremiah Love will be kind of fun to hang out with. I feel like he's kind of chill. I don't know why.
They got two of my favorite non-Buckeye coaches on the cover too, Dan Lanning and Marcus Freeman.
Yeah.
But Marcus Freeman's a Buckeye.
He's a Buckeye, but he coaches Notre Dame.
Wait, Dan Lanning is the Oregon, right?
Oregon, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Pretty sure I saw the fucking, what's his name, Penn State's coach there too.
James Franklin.
Yeah, he
He's
was
on
there.
Okay.
He's a strange fella.
He is.
Fred, didn't you say at one point if you play for Dan Lanning, you would probably run through a brick wall for him?
Oh, dude, hell yeah. If you heard one of his pregame speeches, especially one that he gave right before they played Colorado 2 years ago, in Deion's first year, holy shit. Man's got the motivator tree maxed.
He's like the college version of fucking Dan Campbell.
Yeah, a little bit. He's not quite as batshit insane as Dan Campbell seems
No,
to be,
but same like concept. You can feel it like getting there.
On first down, here comes this
See, it's Dan Lanning, and then the evolution is Dan Campbell.
Now the play.
yeah.
Throws to the wideout. Incomplete. And man, is he lucky to get that one back. Defense that close to an interception.
I don't know what.
Last time, let's see if they
Actually, I do know. Oregon's probably biggest rivalry is what, Washington?
Yeah, I guess so.
Like, yeah.
Imagine if.
In terms of competitive level, it's either Washington or Oregon State.
Yeah. About to say. Imagine the next time they play Washington and the whole thing is like, he pulls a. I almost said Woody Harrelson. That's not correct. Why am I blanking on the famous high school? Thank you. Thank you. I don't know why. I was like, imagine if he pulls a Woody
Yeah, we had a
Hayes and
famous
just like.
actor as our head coach.
Yep. Imagine if he just starts like going for two every time. Why'd you kept going for two, coach? Because they wouldn't let me go for three, damn it.
I still love that quote to this day.
I could totally see Dan Lanning doing that.
One of my
Christ,
favorite football
Washington.
quotes of all time.
It's a furry. Jesus Christ, why does the Washington mascot a furry?
Why does Washington have 14 total yards?
Why is their
He
mascot
won
a
the
furry?
Pac-12 last year.
Why is there... It's a fucking furry.
I don't know, man. I don't know. They didn't need to make him give him a fursuit.
Moving the running back, forcing the defense to adjust.
They could have just used the actual dog as their mascot, and people would have been fine.
Well, they showed the actual dog, and then they showed... And then, like, a minute later, they showed the other dog. Like, dog, they had it.
What was it?
I mean, to be fair, Georgia has both an actual bulldog and a guy.
Well, yeah, but the Georgia's mascot doesn't look weird.
Doesn't look like a
It
furry.
doesn't look like a furry.
Or what's the isn't Tennessee, aren't they dog, like their mascot the dog?
Yeah,
They usually use a hound as like a mascot, but I don't know if they have a real life one like a lot of other schools do.
Trying to figure out what
They're
another
called the
one.
Volunteers.
They're fans of the mascot.
Yeah.
Wide receiver now comes.
Pat McAfee's their honorary mascot because he jumped in the Tennessee River.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Even though McAfee went to West Virginia.
And then the goalpost ended up in the Tennessee River.
I I love that that's becoming a tradition now. Just take the goalpost down and just throw it in a body of water.
Just a savvy veteran
Yeah.
productive run from this
Vanderbilt did it.
Now they'll line it up from the 44 on first
Rightfully
Actually, no.
so.
right back to the well.
Did Vanderbilt do it? Because they did that one at their own stadium. Yeah, they probably did.
Yeah, they did.
Coaches always
think so.
Yeah, because they carried it down through like downtown Nashville, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, I'm really gonna miss Horseshoe South this year.
Leaves him with second and short.
Yeah.
Across the 25, he's got room. And he almost ran away from
It's a shame that they lost their five-star quarterback and had to replace him with a guy that played at Appalachian State last year.
Yeah.
This guy is special when he has the football in his hands. He can make people miss, he can run with power, and he also has speed. We saw it on that last play.
Oh, no, don't. Are you fucking kidding me, dude?
It
God.
might be good enough for them to beat Michigan at least this year if they end up playing them.
They're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just
UT fell backwards for a loss of yards on that fumble.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this group game if I were allowed to have push passes.
What the fuck is my receiver doing?
So hard to
His
defend.
best.
Lines of cocaine.
Especially when this guy's full speed.
I'm pretty sure he did that just on that play alone.
He'll take it himself. Touchdown, Golden Gophers! Looking for a productive play on first down.
Yeah, it's like the
Out of
perfect.
the gun to give to the back. He breaks a tackle. He now has 85 yards on the ground and just another day at the office for the national leader in rushing.
He hit him in the hands.
Up on first
Yeah,
down,
and there's, you know, and I'm done. Like, he didn't even get, like, he had, like, at least 3 yards on the dude.
Wouldn't let him loose
Oh.
there. It was a completion, but they lost yardage.
And listen,
God.
as a quarterback, I'm trying to dump the ball off to my playmaker and make this a manageable third down. Get something positive.
SMU
Oh, now
is
you wanna
right
hold
now's
on to the ball.
defense is
Now
a
you-
bend but don't
Getting to the
break.
running back and getting that sucker on the ground in the
He holds
That's
on
an
to the
Windows
back.
improvement from
nipples.
what. That's an improvement from what SMU typically, at least historically, they play. That team has about as much defensive prowess as Texas Tech historically does.
Oh my gosh.
Minus the
Which is
Mahomes
just
years.
like, hey, you have a pulse, you can go play defense for us.
If I'm remembering my history correctly, SMU is the type of team that would score 77 points and not blink twice about it and be like, yeah, this is just how football's played.
Oh, there was one year, Fred, we were watching, it was, I think it was
was
SMU and,
It was
Western
SMU
Kentucky.
Houston.
oh,
I
that
think it
too.
was SMU Houston. And it was, the final score, I think, was like 70-50 or something like
Yeah.
that. It was insane.
I think Western Kentucky had a game like that too, against someone.
It wouldn't surprise me.
Might have been the year Bailey Zappi broke the
This offense has been running wild
The
in
record,
first half, but
whatever.
They want
Yeah.
more before they go to the locker room. Defense rolls up.
I gotta look- I wanna- I thought it was SMU in Western Kentucky too.
The run up the middle here, looking for
Well, I'm pretty sure it was SMU Houston because
No,
they
I'm
were
saying,
in
I
the
know
same
that, I'm just saying.
conference.
Well, I thought Western Kentucky played SMU at one point too.
this offense. You keep the ball this long, you have to finish the deal. Third and goal. Try to get it to the edge.
Bro, why did they give me the wrong running back to run that play?
There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. This
Oh
Guys,
my
stop
gosh.
fumbling.
field goal attempt and a routine 3-point.
We can't even use bad weather as a fucking excuse for that because we're in a dome.
Oh, loss.
I'm not punting on a 4th and 5 at their own 35.
Hey, Fred.
I'm either going for a field goal or going for it.
The 50-50 raffle in the Edmonton game is $6 million right now.
Crank up this drive with the pass.
Holy shit.
And that's probably 6 million Canadian.
We've got a timeout in the
So it's probably like 4 million US.
So that's like $40 in US dollars or
Yeah.
something.
I mean, yeah.
He'll try to keep that sack from wrecking this drive here on 2nd and 15. He's looking to throw. Oh, he's going to try to get it all here.
You know, I was just trying to get a fucking field goal range.
Touchdown!
I'm cool with that result.
Oh no, Fred, it was 2014. Western Kentucky played Marshall 67 to 66.
Because what is defense?
Never heard of her.
It's a moonshine showdown too. Rivalry game with 120 points being scored.
Now that's a game to watch.
Hell yeah.
That's like the opposite of a Big Ten
rivalry game with alcohol in the title, and there's 120 points scored total. That sounds like a good time. Too bad it wasn't 21 by the time that game got played.
Yeah.
Imagine if you had to take a shot for every point that was scored.
Blacked out. Just completely blacked out. I hadn't even graduated high school yet, but...
What year was that again?
2014.
I would have graduated high school that year. I would have been a freshman in college for that season.
That would have been the start of my senior year.
And it's runs like that, man, where he just shows you.
Still not old enough to drink, though.
Yeah. Hadn't even turned 18 yet, let alone 21.
I would have been 18, just not 21.
This dude is an absolute superstar.
He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if
Really? My quarterback gets absolutely slaughtered after throwing the ball, and this is the call?
So the decision has been made, and the coach...
Multiple man downfield.
I was like, oh, well, I don't need the 15 yards. I got a first down.
So what you're saying is it sounds like your offensive lineman decided he was going out for a route instead of blocking anybody.
Yeah, I got my quarterback murdered. Oh, thanks. Fucking dickhead. Right tackle, piece of shit.
But your game was not close like a minute ago. How did it become a 6-point game?
So, their last touchdown was because I shanked the punt. Before then, I don't know. My defense has not been able to stop them, and then my offense has just not been performing well up until this drive.
Were the quarterbacks for Western Kentucky that year? I don't know who the fuck they are. Never heard of them.
Well, 2014, that was a while ago.
Yeah. Well, it was like, one of them was Brandon Doughty, Drew Eccles, and Nelson Fishback.
Oh, Nelson Fishback. Yes.
That is a great
totally
name.
Know who that is. That's the name of a football player if I've ever heard one.
I don't know what just happened. I don't know what just happened. How's that not illegal? Was it a fumble and he just caught it? Because that'd be illegal touching.
Don't question it, Alex.
I think this game just doesn't know what happened, so they're like, fuck it, whatever.
He had to have fumbled it.
Throw passes to your offensive line, see if I give a shit. New one's coming out soon anyway.
I'm trying to see if it was a fumble. Yeah, it was a fumble. He was trying to throw it, and then hit the helmet of the Washington player, went off my helmet, and then this dude just caught it. Wait, do you see the replay of this? This is nuts. just absolutely crazy. That right there is just... Also, that guy's name is Aragon. I give him props to for doing his best.
Syracuse with as many field goals as I am touchdowns.
7.
Oh.
Okay, now I missed that one. Whoops.
Alright, this was a tale of two halves. I scored 24 points in the second quarter, and they scored 21 in the fourth.
I won 37 to 17.
Damn, that was a close one. Oh my god, Washington only has 58 total yards, Fred.
What the fuck? That team won the Pac-12 last year.
Holy fuck. They are bad.
I had one of my students go, "Hey, Mr. Drogas, when I go get my award, instead of shaking my hand, can you dab me up?" I'm like, "Sure."
Did you do the dance?
No.
No.
What would have been funny is if you did the Key and Peele skit where like all the white students you dap them up, but all the black students you just give them a firm handshake.
Yeah.
Well, what's funny is we only did our homeroom, and in that homeroom, only my white students showed up.
Right, it's like,
well, damn.
It's like Mr. President. Mr. President.
Hey,
dab. Mr. President.
There was one black junior student, but he wasn't on my homeroom. I have 2 black students, but neither of them showed up.
Wasn't it like at your school, the only non-white guy won the, what they call it?
Oh, there was one of the accolades that they gave out was the best tan, and they gave it to...
No.
It was the guy that won the,
no, they
valedictorian.
didn't, Fred.
Yeah, it was an Indian guy, I think. He's like the only one. They also did give best tan to a black guy, I think.
Alright. This is
probably the only one too, wasn't it?
And surprising.
It's like one of 2.
One of my former students just got engaged. He's like 19.
Okay.
Question. Did you go to the military by any chance?
No. He's actually at a Bible college.
So he's part of God's army. Got it.
I literally told my coworker, I'm like, if the seniors next year ask for my phone number, you can give it to them. I don't care. And
Fred.
literally one of the seniors' mom, when I was talking to her, she looked at her son and he's like, now remember, he's not going to play games with you until you're 18. Yeah, graduated high school. He goes, yeah, I know. I'm like, yep, because he ain't prepared for the group chats he would be involved in.
Yeah.
He may think he is.
That will be the final play as they make this.
I know he plays Marvel Rivals. I should join him and then just have like, hey, can I? I'm gonna bring with one of my friends. Is that alright? He'll be like, yeah, and he'll be like, Caleb.
Yeah, I was gonna say, him meeting Caleb would be an experience. Be like, damn, my history teacher was friends with this guy?
Hell yeah.
And I would text Caleb, I'm like, hey, just be the most obnoxious version of yourself possible. These are my former students.
He'd be like, got it.
Oh, he would understand the assignment completely.
Oh my god, Fred. They had 0.7 yards per rush.
Washington, what the fuck happened?
They had 4.1 yards per pass. Oh my gosh. They only had the ball for 6 minutes, Fred. That's so bad. Their quarterback went 4 for 10 with 2 picks. Their quarterback had 16 rushing yards, Fred. He led the team in rushing yards.
I mean, just looking through their roster, their team doesn't look that bad.
Just a bad game, I guess.
Their overall's not very high, but I think that's more just because their depth is kind of a low overall.
What's their overall?
82.
I'm a higher overall than them?
Oh, they only have 2 defensive tackles on roster, and they're 73 and 72 overall.
Oh, that'll do it.
No
That's
wonder.
with tactician boosts.
No wonder I ran all up the middle.
That makes... Oh, gosh. I was watching your game, Alex, and I called hike, and my guy was just sitting in the backfield. I still gained 2 yards.
I think I also saw that their starting running back was injured.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, their starting running back had a ruptured disc. He missed that game, and then their starting free safety is out with a dislocated ankle.
Wow. Wow, LSU, can you calm down? Their entire defensive back core, Fred, is going to win best defensive
Oh
backs.
yeah.
They have three
Re-
corners, a free safety, and their strong safety, and it's just 1 through 5.
Jeez.
89, 87, 87, 83, 85, and
I think
then
that
two
was all
Miami
like a.
players, and then
I want
mine.
to say a linebacker too. I think.
I have the best running back, best receiver,
Yeah. So
best
so
linebacker.
Washington's highest overall running back was at 81, 86 with tactician boosts, but he was hurt. Their next highest overall running back is only a 72.
Hold up. Isn't there a quarterback in real life named David Blau?
There used
There
to
was
be.
yeah.
Well,
He
he's
played
back in college
for.
and he's playing for Michigan.
He
Well,
played for
He played at
Purdue.
Purdue
Right.
in college in real life. So
I wanted to say. I was gonna say Purdue or Notre Dame. I knew it was one of those two.
Is he black?
I don't think so.
Well, this one's black.
I don't fully remember what he looked like, but
New Mexico's right in. Fred, his name's Craig Recksteiner.
hell yeah.
Oh my god, dude. Oh, going into overtime.
Fred, did you hear about that officer that got killed in Morrow County?
I think I did hear about
Yeah,
that.
that was actually right by Tom's house.
Yeah, it was also right down the road from my in-laws' house.
I was gonna say you. I
My
I forgot about that.
father-in-law heard the gunshots. That's like the person's last name was Wilson. I'm like, that's not Tommy Wilson's dad, is it? So I'm like, and then like, ain't no way. And then when I saw the age, I'm like, yeah, Tom's dad's a lot older than that.
Dude, oh my god. Thank you. Oh my god. I'm going right, game.
Well, Brian, Oregon State's still kicking strong.
That's very good to hear.
Currently projected in the playoff as the 9 seed against Auburn.
Fred, go look at the punter for Houston.
Rashad Ramesh.
Look at his face.
I'm right now losing 43 to 35. Okay.
Um, how are you? How isn't this?
What?
Are you're losing by 8? But why did they? Out of all the names in here, they made sure that the Indian name looks Indian. Fred, there's a halfback for Buffalo. South Park name, 100%. Timothy.
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 I lost.
Oh no.
Did double overtime.
Timothy.
Well, I'm probably not gonna make my conference championship.
I want to see. Oh, I just want to go 1 week ahead and I'm going to bed. Oh, it's my Friday tomorrow. Yay, Friday. Friday, Friday. Everyone gets down on Friday. ski you, huh?
Row the boat.
Someone made a
That's what's
list.
That's what RTB stands for.
That's what it means?
Yep. Row the boat.
Don't
know why they say that.
Okay, so that's my next question. Why do they call it row the boat? I thought it was return to base. I'll be honest. I was like, all right.
It still doesn't make sense for Gophers, but
Someone made a.
Run to Burrow? I don't know. No recruits this week? What the fuck is that shit?
I got a few. Gem 3-star corner.
Nice.
Oh, I got a.
Motherfucker.
Well, good thing I'm probably not gonna win my conference championship because I just got a 96 star, 3-star, 96 speed, 3-star receiver who's a gem.
Well, Fred, congratulations. You're winning that running back or that middle linebacker. Ain't no way.
I was gonna say I got lucky with that visit week.
Yeah, you did. Just I'm like, there's a chance if it stays close next week. Nope. He'll commit probably after this week or the week after. Ain't no way.
God damn, LSU, how are you ahead of me right now?
Oh, they're just goated right now.
Holy shit! 4 5-stars and 18 4-stars is insane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they goating. They am not playing around. It's not what I wanted to do, but sure.
I feel like I'm recruiting out of my mind, and LSU's just like, fuck you.
Oh, my beer.
Yeah. Literally hold the beer.
Reds won.
Nice.
7-2.
Oh, gee. Okay. So I got some cornerbacks on my board who are 3-star gems with 96 speed cornerbacks. So let's hope. Might not get one of them to Middle Tennessee.
Alright, nerds, I'm getting off.
See ya.
This is it's not a full week, is it? No, next week is.
No.
You guys staying on to play this game?
I probably will.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Ah, fuck it, I'll stay on. Just so we can get the full week. Just so we can get the full week.
I got my rivalry game against TCU now.
See how hard it was to convince him to do that?
Yeah, because, you know why? Because I'm a good friend. I'm not like, Brian TP. Brian.
College football. This is Rutgers University in Piscataway, New Jersey, where the game will be.
I get up at 5 in the morning. I eat that shit. Alright, I gotta get up early. Fuck it.
I'm gonna have to start getting up at 5:30 once I move back in with my parents.
Yeah, that's rough.
I'm probably gonna have to start that time too.
So Austin will never go to sleep.
A first down for the offense.
Sounds about right.
He'll just stay awake for 20 years.
He'll start this drive.
I stay up. I only need to sleep 4 hours.
Makes the grab on the left side.
I'm now projected the 5 seed and I would host Texas Tech in the first round.
I didn't even look. I just said, man, fuck it, next game.
You're projected the 3 seed and you would play the winner between Auburn and Bryan.
Alright.
LSU's the 1 seed, NC State's the 2 seed, USC's the 4 seed.
Finally pulled down, but not before moving the chains for a first
Bryan would
down.
host Auburn, Cincinnati at North Carolina, Florida at Michigan, and then me, Texas Tech versus me.
I like how Rutgers is ranked, and there's the Big Ten is backwards, except for Michigan. Other than that, it's the traditionally good teams are bad, and the traditionally bad teams are good.
And he takes it to
First play, touchdown via slot fade.
Alex, you have
yeah.
Iowa, then you don't. No one knows the fuck they're doing.
No.
Line gets set. First down.
Unless you're Iowa, they just do whatever.
They do Iowa things here.
Not much doing there.
They win games they shouldn't. They lose games they shouldn't.
And they score like 11 points a game.
Alright, so if the first set of drives, first drive for each team are indication of anything, there may not be much defense played in this game.
Big 12 football, baby. That's how we like it.
Yeah, and really show what you're going to be
Why?
the rest of the season. How are you going to
The
finish
ball was
the
thrown
season?
out through the bottom bounce,
Florida
dude.
just beat
the middle of the season,
Alabama.
Getting a chance to show what you're about so you can finish strong.
It's a resume builder, no doubt about it. And really, there's
Why
been
is
so
Duke
much
ranked?
anticipation
I just
building up to
realized
this
that.
top 25 matchup.
Duke is ranked?
So, which team can
Yeah, they're number
control their
25,
emotions
but-
and goes a
Oh.
long way? Who wins this one?
This offense has a second
That's
down.
fantastic for Duke.
Gets it out
They won't be
fast.
ranked after this week, but
Got room at the 30.
I like how I've played some really
Hey.
good ranked teams, and this game is like, you know what? Nah, you're gonna go from second to third, third to fourth, fourth to fifth, back to fourth.
The Golden Gophers are rolling down the field. Comes out
I beat
throwing on
Miami
first
and go
down.
down a rank, but then I beat unranked Syracuse and
What's the call?
other unranked teams, and now I'm number 2. But I'm not projected to get a bye in the first round because NC State, for some reason, is projected to win the ACC.
Costly offensive pass interference penalty. Remember, both guys have a right to fight for the ball. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down. The emotions and energy figure to be high all day, guys, because of what's at stake this late in the season. Really a must-win for both teams.
Yeah, these are the ones that get your blood moving, Reese. You get jacked up, man. You don't have to say anything in the locker room, give these big speeches. You know what's at stake, Jesse.
Northern Illinois was ranked, and they lost to Miami of Ohio.
Which is pretty cool, too, because it's been a long
Yeah.
season. And these teams obviously are both physically and mentally tired, but you're right. For this kind of game, this is the one you circled at the
Weird
start of
seeing
the year.
Alabama
You knew
not
this was
ranked.
gonna matter. There was going to be a lot on the line now.
Well, they're not
it's time to
ranked.
Go out and prove
Nope.
the better team.
Oh,
And the field goal unit will stay put as the head coach decides to
It's
go
on
for it on
dude.
fourth down. Tackle is made, but not until he gets the first down.
Well, no mystery there. 4th and inches. Hand it off. Keep the drive alive.
Down to the 12-yard line, it's first down. They'll ride the hot hand.
NC State right now is playing Miami.
God damn it.
1869 Rutgers, the birthplace of college football.
Offense set on first down. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. Stopped at the 25.
Yeah, what you said earlier, Fred, I don't know why Texas has a say on what time they play Ohio State.
Yeah, I don't understand why they need Texas to be like, yeah, sure, we'll do that. We're the home team.
The only way I could see that possible is if, like, Ohio State was playing Oregon at Oregon, and they didn't want to play Oregon at night, because that would be in, you know, their time, like, 1 a.m. or something like that. You
Or it
get
would
what
have
I'm
been
saying?
different if like it was a neutral site zone, or site, whatever. And maybe I could
Yeah.
understand why you could like be like, hey, do you want to play this time?
But, like, anything, like, we're, I think, an hour ahead
I
of
said throw the
front of
fucking ball, dude.
Texas.
Here they come, first
So it's
and
like,
10
it's
from
not
the
even going to
48.
affect you guys at all.
Leaves it with the back.
So why are you complaining about it?
That, and you signed up to do this, so
Yeah.
this was a mutual agreement to play this game.
Oh, but you know they're not it's just gonna fuel the fire.
When we face Texas again in 2 years and it's in DKR Memorial Stadium, they can
Throw the
set
fucking.
what time
oh my
the game's
god,
going to
dude.
be played there too.
Why are you?
And now a fresh set of
Why were you
downs
pump faking, dude? I pressed triangle
Well,
like
it better be a new
30,000
game as
times.
well there then.
He'll come out throwing on first down. Looking to the big tight end.
Fuck my team, dude.
Might make the connection there. Might have led him a little too
It
Awesome.
probably won't be because if it's since it's a
second down for this offense.
if the game's owned by ESPN like all SEC games are,
Able to pick up a
the SEC or ESPN actually likes putting their games at night because they, you know, understand how college football environments work.
This run game, being physical, getting knockbacks, and limiting his carries.
Ryan
like,
Day's
again,
even been on the record saying like he doesn't like it when they give us a bunch of noon games because it's hard to recruit. Recruits don't want to visit noon games; they want to visit at night.
Yeah.
Hell,
hearing
there's been some people saying we should raise a GoFundMe to try and buy Ohio State out of this stupid Fox deal that they have.
I put $10 in that. He busts money spent.
The problem is you need probably about a couple billion in order to buy him out of that.
Yeah.
Get some kind of points on this drive.
No doubt. Lots to be happy about right now if you're this team. I think for this one, though, on this drive, it's about finding the one-on-one matchups that are in your favor and then exploiting them.
Shakes off the defender. Knocked down after a pickup of 6, and they're trying to impose their will in the red zone.
We would probably need to get Les Wexner to make a pretty hefty donation towards that, along with several other very, very wealthy Ohio people. Get LeBron to donate. Les Wexner.
TCU has a wonderful stadium.
I like their stadium a lot.
A tremendous season, leading the country in rushing.
Duke, I'll give you credit. You're covering my receivers well. It's not stopping me from gaining yards because my quarterback is insanely fast, but, you know, I'll give you some credit.
Compared to how Duke normally plays, yeah.
I mean, in real life, Duke's coming off of, like, back-to-back, like, 9-win seasons or something like that, so
Yeah.
Duke actually spends money on their football program, which I can respect.
I guess some of these historically basketball schools these past few years have done well in football. Like Kansas, not too long ago, was doing okay.
They still are. They actually got their quarterback back this year. He could stay healthy. Dude is always hurt.
Okay, it's like what is it, Utah quarterback?
He retired.
Yeah.
Yeah.
North Carolina, I don't know if you could say has done well.
The Minnesota offense is headed back onto the field.
Having first-round quarterbacks like the last several years and never managing to get more than like 8 wins is a little embarrassing.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy.
Yeah.
You can run inside out, forward, backwards, get some first downs, get some positive momentum.
I got a 3rd and 29. No, now 4th and 29. Thanks to back-to-back sacks.
Don't do that.
Alex, you're not having a 150-point game against Rutgers.
I know. Rutgers not playing good.
I have 12 first downs compared to TCU's 2, yet I'm only beating them by 10 points.
Uh-oh,
That likely means
this might
that
be the start
their
of their
touchdowns are on some really big plays.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think their first touchdown literally was one play all the way down the field. So.
Someone left him wide open. And I saw him wide open at the last second, too. I'm like, oh. I was watching my out routes. Dude, how do you not hold onto that ball? How do you not fucking hold? You got fucking hands! That's a touchdown!
Well, I padded my stats, I guess. Throw didn't really do much, but you know what? It looked cool, and my quarterback has better stats because of it, so.
Nice.
First down for this offense. They'll keep it on the ground to start the second half. You want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41. They can really be aggressive after that last play. It's 2nd and 3.
Oh, just
Run it from the gun.
short.
Plows through the defense.
Not first down?
One step
Come
grab,
on,
2
man.
step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground. 3rd and short from the 44, and we might know if they plan to go for it on 4th down by what they call here. He'll have enough for the 1st down, and they stop him at the 45. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs.
Well, as a defense, you know this is going to be a challenge every time you face this offense. They're one of the 25 best in the nation at getting 1st downs.
A lot of my production in this game has actually come through the run game, which is a little bit different for my style of play.
Facing off against this offense.
He is going nowhere.
Not against running the ball or anything, but
3rd and short from the 49. Is this 4-down territory? From the gun, they'll try to
Well, so far
impose their
TCU
run
has not scored any points since I think the 1st quarter.
1st down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. And the O will stay out there and go for it on 4th and inches. They'll try it on the ground. And that stiff arm is a weapon for this runner. He uses it and picks up a 1st down. And the Golden Gophers are moving quickly down the field. The run from the shotgun. And they'll bring him down after a short pickup. Didn't get much
I don't
on
know why
the
you
1st down. It's 2nd
3
and
yards
9.
that way, dude.
They'll run it out of the shotgun. He's all the way down to the 27-yard line, and they are threatening. This drive has been exclusively on the ground. Could they be setting up a
bruh,
shot?
why?
They'll try the run.
Why did you fumble, you fucking idiot?
Touchdown!
That was a good drive.
See where it was.
Here comes the offense on 1st down.
Oh, if he just would have broken that one tackle, that would have been a touchdown.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. The inside handoff. Defense makes the tackle, and that will probably be the final play of the 3rd quarter. That's going to do it for the quarter, and Minnesota has the lead here.
All right, my
God damn
defense
it.
is shutting them down.
The national rankings. So will the beatdown continue, or is this a comeback for the ages in store? We'll see as we start the 4th. Line is set on 3rd down. Quick pass to the left, trying to get it to the marker. He knew exactly where
The
he
Florida
wanted to go
Atlantic
with that
Stadium, the one
and
that
they
named
got
after,
him for the 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set
No,
of
it's
downs.
FIU Stadium. That's Pitbull Stadium.
Okay.
Try to
I knew it was
get
one of those
the edge
stats, forgot which one it was.
I think my quarterback has 3 rushing touchdowns in this
Still
game.
on his feet. And
Damn.
he'll ramble to the 34 before he's finally knocked down. This offense absolutely humming as they come to the line again. Out of the
Okay.
gun,
Oh,
they'll
that's
run
a.
it inside.
Oh my god, dude. Why did you throw that? Let's throw it sooner than that, dude.
And that's a great job by this offense. And I'll tell you what, 4th quarter, you have the lead. That's exactly what you want to do. Lean on these guys, run the football, eat that clock.
Hey, this is such a great rivalry game, right, Fred?
Sets them up with a 1st and goal from the 10.
And that play
the
there is
Holy
essentially
War.
a microcosm of why this guy's the leading
I don't know
rusher
if
in
that's the
nation,
actual name of
why
that
he's in
rivalry,
contention
but
for the Heisman Trophy. This guy's
You
got
see the score of my game.
running ability, he can break
damn,
tackles, he
TCU,
can
that was
just
supposed
do
to
it
be a
all.
close game.
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last
I think
play. Now
TCU
he's
was
2nd
ranked
and
earlier
long
in this
coming.
season.
They'll keep it on the ground, right up the gut, looking for 6. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
And they'll send the field goal team back out for the 2nd time tonight.
Holy shit, Rutgers finally scored, guys.
Minnesota has it back, and the Gopher offense is headed on
Just
to the
so
field.
disappointed,
With
man.
this
That
big
was supposed to be
push they're
your
working with, Jesse, they're
80
ready
to 50
send
game.
these fans toward the exits.
And you know the coaching staff's got to be so happy to
passing
This
game.
offense has been able to come out here on the road, fight the crowd noise, and execute at such a high level, Dave.
Yeah, just dominate the football game. And now, listen, it's
Make that 4
noteworthy.
rushing
Run the
touchdowns for
football,
my
run out the
quarterback.
clock. Watch this
Damn.
game go to zeros and get the dub.
They've got it at the 36. It's a 1st and 10. Oh, gave the defender the business. Brought down at the 46.
Gave the defender the business.
The Golden Gophers
Personal
will
foul.
snap it on 1st and 10.
69. Offense. He was giving him the
On
business.
the gun, running back on the move. And on that short gain, that will bring us to the
game.
end of this game.
Rolling
When you know
41 to
you have a
7.
team outclassed, the ability to play to that standard and finish with a blowout like this is really impressive.
Fred Rutgers had 10 rushes for native 10 yards
You know you're going to win the football game, but
and went 9 for 19 with 1 touchdown
this was so
and 105
easy.
yards.
Execution.
Well, I barely won.
Damn.
Game's so bad.
Alright, already up. I'm just give her one more week. I'm getting off. How's your all games going? Oh, Fred's killing Duke. 2-minute
Come
warning.
on. The one time I need you to fall forward as a power back and you can't do it.
Sweet. You guys just run out your clocks. Call it a night.
Looks like NC State's going to lose to Miami, Fred.
Well, that'll change things. That might change a few things in the ACC championship.
They're losing 31-24 at the end of the third quarter.
I believe the third place team was Florida State, and I don't know who holds the tiebreaker between NC State and Florida State. So,
Fred, my team makes no fucking sense. I go at USC. I go to USC, beat them 38-23. And I lose at home against Temple by 3. And I lose at East Carolina by 3. And I lose at North Texas by 2. Almost lose to Florida Atlantic. And I almost lost to Vanderbilt. But they're
Oh no, Fred, the original singer of Hang On Sloopy died.
aw,
We're gonna win in fucking Natty again.
yep, going back to back, and
how
the
about-
playoff format changed again, so we have.
Oh
to
yeah,
win
that's
it.
right. Right, because the top
Because
four.
we always set the precedent.
Every time it changes, we win a natty.
This is true.
It's changing again next year too, because they're probably going to go up to 16 teams.
I don't know. I feel like if we go to 16, the quality of football is going to go down a lot.
The quality of the first round games is probably going to drop significantly.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, even at least this year, there's still some quality first-round matchups.
That Texas Clemson game was actually fairly entertaining.
Yeah. I mean, even Ohio State and Tennessee on paper was supposed to be a good matchup. It just didn't quite work out that way.
No.
I'm trying to think of the other ones. Who did Penn State play in the first round? Do you remember?
I believe.
SMU and
Oh, okay.
SMU's quarterback completely shit the bed.
And what was the final one?
The final first round game,
Yeah.
Brian, finish your
Indiana
game.
Notre Dame.
Hurry up, let's go.
Okay.
Notre Dame kind of killed Indiana.
Brian doesn't go for 2, takes a field goal. Brian could have just
What do you mean go for 2, take a field goal?
all I had to do was take 2 yards. Go for the 2 yards. Go for 2, and you're kicking a field goal instead.
I have 2
No
running
balls.
backs with over 15 rushing touchdowns.
What do you mean no balls? I won 47-14.
Take the 2 yards and take knees. You win the game.
I won the game anyway.
You could have just ended it right then and there. Terrible coaching. 0 stars.
All right, Dan Campbell.
My running back has almost 2,000 rushing yards with 28 touchdowns. He's probably not even leading the league. He's probably not even the Heisman favorite. Nope. LSU is just gonna rack in all the stuff this year. Bracket. Check out this bracket. You're gonna see LSU, Minnesota, NC State. Fred, I like how you're you're literally a 2 seed, and they're like, nah, NC State.
I know. Well, if NC State lost to Miami this week, then that might change.
See.
Keyword.
I'm looking at the bracket. Hopefully. Hey, another linebacker. Nope, right tackle. I'm a dumbass. Congratulations, Fred. You got yourself a linebacker. Why do I
Fred,
constantly
you're the 2
keep
seed.
getting
LSU's the 1 seed.
That means NC State must have lost.
Yep.
Yeah, okay, so NC State is still my opponent for the ACC championship as of right now because that's their first conference loss.
You don't play
But
them.
then North Carolina and Virginia are right behind them with 2 conference losses.
I'm not making my conference championship.
All right, Brian moved to a bye week. I would play them under Michigan, Oregon State now.
Brian is most likely playing Kansas State in the Big 12 championship. Cincinnati lost their second game.
Indiana's going to get in with 3
Oh my
losses and
gosh,
possibly get in.
that's so relieving that Cincinnati lost.
There's a lot of teams though that are still in contention for that spot
Dude.
because if Kansas State loses one more game,
Oklahoma was in the top 4 of my conference at one point. They dropped drastically. They're 3-5 now in conference.
They're a 90 overall team who is currently 5-6.
Yeah, that's crazy.
They're the highest overall team not named UCF in the Big 12, and they might not make a bowl game.
Even LSU's tight end is leading the best tight end
Texas
awards.
right now is 5-5 and 3-4 in conference. Let's see who Oklahoma still has left.
LSU also has 2 middle linebackers. The highest best linebacker. Hey Brian, you're gonna win it right now. Your kicker's winning the best kicker right now.
Oh wow. So Oklahoma has 1 game left because they had a bye last week, and they have a bye week. Oh no, sorry, they have a bye this week, and their last game is a home game against TCU. So that's not a guarantee that they'll make it. As far as Texas goes,
Damn, LSU's got more. They're 8 points ahead of me. Nope, that's not how math works. They're 5 points ahead of me.
I'm glad you realized math doesn't work that way.
so Texas has SMU, which they'll probably beat, and Houston, who they'll probably also beat. So I think they'll be fine. They'll go 7-5.
Houston's given you some fits though the last couple of years you've played them, I think, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, but Houston this year went 3-7.
Didn't you only beat them by like 8 or something?
I'll have to double check. I'm looking at UCF. Okay, UCF had an easy game. They played an FCS school, so there's there. Hold on, they do that, but they only beat Louisiana 17-11. They lost to Oklahoma, lost to Iowa State.
UCF, what is going on? I built that team to be so fucking good.
I mean, they destroyed Old Dominion, won convincingly against Kansas. They beat Texas by 2 points. They beat TCU by field goal, beat SMU by 20, and now they face Oklahoma State and then me. So they'll probably go 9-3. Going to try to see what Houston did. Houston. Okay, they lost 24-16 against me, so 8 points. I think it was because their defense was decently good. But oh my gosh, Fred, they lost 41-3 against Kansas State and then 41-9 against Oklahoma after they lost to me.
Holy shit.
They're on a 4-game losing streak. Hold on, they've lost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They lost 7 of their last 8 games.
Alex, when you get Elite Recruiter unlocked, it's just the first upgrade that you get in each thing except for kicker and punter, right?
Yep.
That's what I thought.
So, hold on. They beat Kennesaw State by a field goal. Beat an FCS school 24-6, lost to Miami. Lost to SMU 32-0?
Hey, my quarterback's in the Heisman race.
Nice.
I'm a little surprised by that. I feel like I've thrown too many picks for that to happen, but hey, I'm not going to complain. Oh, he does have 15 rushing touchdowns this season, so
That'd probably help.
What's
in
the
addition to his 23 passing touchdowns, so
I feel like my quarterback should be up there, but he's probably throwing way too many picks.
As soon as I get this fucking 5-star commit, the rest of these 4-stars.
LSU has 5 defensive backs up for best defensive back of the year. That's insane.
I'd love to know what my quarterback's rushing total would be if you don't account for sacks.
Yeah.
I wish they had like a sack, like how many yards you lost during against that.
Why don't they track it like the NFL?
Adjusted rushing yards with rushing yards adjusted for sacks or something.
Just like